Hey, what's going on, guys? Switch TV here. Today we're going to be talking about the new PvP zone that they just implemented, alongside some balance patch notes that will go into more detail here shortly. If you guys are new to the game, you can use my referral code to get 400 free VCoins. You can use it at the character creation screen on the bottom right. The highlight of these patch notes, they introduced an elite accessory system with blueprints. You can use these at the jewel crafting station and allows you to create elite level 100 accessories. And you can also convert existing plus 10 legendary jewelry into these elite at a very low chance of success rate. I don't think we're going to be seeing any of these elite accessories for a long time just because of the cost prohibitive and the requiring plus 10 jewelry. From what I was told, the reason that this was implemented, they were already working on it in the back end and it was almost complete, so they just released it along with the patch. This system most likely won't be utilized for a long time just because of how expensive it is, and most people, if not everyone, doesn't have plus 10 legendary jewelry right now. This is just a sneak peek of what we can expect in the future. Right here, you can actually see the effects when you get the elite jewelry. It pretty much doubles the effects of plus 10 legendary jewelry. At this time, I'm unsure if it's only exclusively for legendary. It says 320 grade. I would assume that that's just showing like the best grade and you don't need 320 legendaries, but I'm unsure if it works on rares as well. If anyone's tested this mechanic and knows, go ahead and comment below. All right, let's jump into the PvP zone. The PvP zone is a 6v6 arena. It hides nameplates, as you can see in this combat right here. We don't know who we're fighting against, and it also hides skins, so everyone's anonymous. While this system seems good in practice, it's not perfect. I'll show you guys more on that later, but I do think that it's a good introduction to an open world PvP area with high risk and high stakes. To get to the combat zone, open up your context menu with tab and click on the combat zone. You'll notice that there's different spires that you can actually teleport and respawn to, and once you select that, you'll pay a 20 million entry fee. That's one time. You can stay in there indefinitely. If you die, you can just respawn. Make sure you don't hit exit. If you hit exit, you will teleport out and you won't be able to get back in. If you choose one of the 6 locations to respawn at, you can infinitely stay in there. You do lose PvP points if you die, but you also gain double PvP points when you kill people. This zone also introduces a new world boss, Vorgath. There's no vendors in there to buy potions, arrows, or repair. You don't lose durability when you die, but make sure you stock up and bring a lot of potions and PvP food. There's mobs that are scattered around in this area that drop enhancement materials. In my opinion, there needs to be better mob density, and also the loot needs to be greatly increased. I was under the assumption that the PvP coins that we're talking about were going to be a currency that you acquire from killing mobs, and then when you die, anyone that killed you would get those PvP coins. However, I think that they're just talking about the PvP store points, which they implemented a couple patches ago. I would like to see some type of incentive with some partial loot where you get special items that only drop in that area that drop on death. We farmed this for about an hour. I only received 2 nebulas, 2 star scrolls, and 2 meteor spirits legendary, which doesn't even cover the 20 mil entry fee. When this zone was first pitched, it was supposed to be the best loot and the best farming spot in the game, and I think it still could be. There definitely needs to be incentive for players to risk losing PvP points and having that 20 mil entry fee. There also needs to be a way to randomize the instances. I noticed during the world boss there was a lot of teaming, and to prevent that, if you had separate instances and maybe a smaller map to compensate because of the smaller amount of players that would be in there, it'd be harder for people to team. Outside of the world boss that spawned, there wasn't that many teams in there, and rightfully so. The incentives weren't there, so people aren't going to farm it. If it was the best farming spot like it was pitched to be, there would definitely be players in there, and I think it'd be a ton of fun. There just needs to be the rewards to match the time and the amount of money that you're investing to go there. In conclusion, I really like the idea. I was very excited for this content to drop, and I really like the concept. I like that there's a high risk, high reward scenario that involves PvP. It gets people engaged. I feel like right now there's not that much PvP outside of the main events like arenas, clan wars, Olympiad, anything that's not on a timer. So I like that you can just go in here whenever you want. You can stay in here indefinitely. And I think that if they increase the rewards and actually make this beneficial to farm and make it the best spot to farm, there'll be a lot more people in here and it could be a lot of fun. They also need to address the teaming issues in here. It's supposed to be a 6v6 party-based combat. However, with the current systems, larger parties are able to group up and collaborate to make outnumbered and unfair fights. So that's the new PvP zone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like the content, please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment. We're also live on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. All my social links are down in the description below. If you guys haven't checked out my other videos, we have a full class guide. If you guys are looking to see what your best power stones, skill stones, set bonuses, how to allocate your stats, and what skills you should be leveling up, go ahead and check it out. I'll link it in the top right. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and have a great day.